Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the Rambam, Hilches Avodah Zarah. Today we begin Perek Shlishi, the third chapter. We'll see Halacha Aleph and Beis 1 and 2. Kol ha'oived Avodah Zarah b'ritzono, anyone who commits Avodah Zarah b'ritzono willingly, b'zodain, and they know very well what they're doing. Chayav kares, the punishment is kares, a spiritual exorcism. They cut off in this world and the next. Now, if there were witnesses there, and they warned him, don't serve the idol, niskal, then he gets as well, skil, he gets the death penalty of stoning in this world. If this person did it bishkaga, which means he did it inadvertently, maybe chatas kavui, then he has to bring a korban chatas, a sin offering. Second halacha, avodah is harbe kavu oivdei avodah zorah. There are many different types of strange, bizarre worships that the Avodah Zarahniks would do for each one of their graven images and their idols. And the way in which they would serve this idol is not the way they would serve that idol. Kagoin, for example, he writes, Pa'or. There was one of the Avodah Zarahs called Pa'or. It was a very bizarre type of service. What they would do is they would walk in front of this idol and they would defecate in front of the idol. That was the Avodah Zarah that they did. Or Markelis, there was another idol called Markelis. Their very complicated service was that they would throw stones in front of the idol, or they would remove stones from the idol. And by all of the other idols and graven images and the like, they had their own special system of avodah that they would do, of worship that they would do. Each one was different than the other one. So now what does the Rambam want with this? And he writes, Lafikach, therefore, if a person defecates in front of Markelis, which normally he does in front of Pa'or, or he throws stones to Pa'or, which normally he does by Markelis. So he's doing the wrong avodah, the wrong service to that idol. So says the Rambam, until the person does the avodah, does the worshipping that is earmarked for that particular idol, he's not going to be considered guilty for Avodah Zarah. Shenemar, like it says in the pasuk, Eicha ya'avdu agoyim ha'eles Elohim me'esekein gam ani. How could it be that the goyim, they did their avodah for these idols like this, and I did the same thing, which means whatever they did in their service, their warped service of these gods, so I did the same thing. That's why I'm going to be guilty. But if I did something different than they normally did for their idols, I'm going to be exempt. And that's why the Bezdin had to be very well informed and aware of the different types of service for different types of idols. Because you cannot stone a person to death for worshipping idols until you know that they did exactly the avodah, the service that is associated and affiliated with that particular idol. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbos.